7:32 right now, and Pix 11 is your local election headquarters. And in New Jersey, the race for governor has a new contender. Listen.
We love our country, we're proud of our state, and we value our freedoms. We'll defend them with everything we've got. In the Navy, I was on a mission to protect our country. Now, I'm announcing my candidacy for governor on a mission to get things done for New Jersey.
Congresswoman Mikie Sherrill has officially launched her campaign, and she joins us live this morning for her first interview since announcing. So first off, congratulations on winning your second term in Congress. Great to have you here.
Thanks so much, and thanks for having me.
So let me ask you this, right? Why now? Right after the election, just winning a second term, why decide to announce you're running for governor? And what do you think you could bring voters as governor of New Jersey?
Yeah, so, there's a lot of people that are talking about what's wrong. But I am on a relentless mission to actually address those hard things, to address what we need to change, how we make life better for people here in New Jersey. I was in the Navy, and I learned early on at the Naval Academy and then in the fleet, you have to lead, follow, or get out of the way. And so with these crises we're facing, we need to make sure we're taking action. We need new leadership and a fresh perspective. And I think I can bring that, and I think I can make sure that I deliver for the families here in New Jersey.
And you're joining a crowded field of other candidates on both sides of the aisle, including Congressman Josh Gottheimer, Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop, Newark Mayor Ross Baraka, and former Assemblyman Jack Ciattarelli. So what sets you apart from those other candidates?
So, I've been leading from a very young age, from the time I took an oath at 18 when I entered the Naval Academy, and then went on into the fleet in my early 20s, leading men and women from all over the country, and then leading them on missions all over the world. And what I learned is you have really got to focus on delivering for people. You've got to focus on actually getting things accomplished. And so in my time in Congress, I was told, you can't do anything as a freshman. You have to wait. And yet 2 terms later, I was named the most effective representative in the New Jersey House delegation. And that's because I'm focused on building broad coalitions to drive down housing costs, to drive down child care costs, to get rid of the state and local tax deduction cap, to continue to relentlessly focus on delivering for New Jerseyans, to bring that new leadership and that fresh perspective down to Trenton.
So, you're talking about those issues, right? And if we learned anything from this past election, and Democrats, if they learned anything, it was that the economy was really top of mind for so many, right? And just the overall price of goods and inflation. And while inflation numbers may be down, people don't believe it and they don't feel it. So what could you do as governor to bring down some of these prices and make people feel like they're saving in their wallets?
That's a great question. I think you point out something that I've been hearing as I've gone all over the state, that it's just too hard, that here we are in the richest country in the world, in one of the richest states in the nation, and people feel like they can't get ahead. They just continue to get to the end of the month and their entire paycheck is out the door. They can't get ahead. And so I think if you want to know what I'm going to do in Trenton, you look at my record in Washington, introducing legislation to repurpose commercial buildings and brownfields so that we can repurpose them into housing and drive down housing and rental costs. The legislation I have to make sure that nobody in this country pays more than 7% of their income on child care, making sure we're addressing healthcare costs. These are things that I focused on starting on day one. And I'm going to bring that to Trenton and make sure we are bringing those ideas to Trenton and driving those costs down here in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about New Jersey residents saying they can't get ahead. They can't save any money to even possibly buy a home. So what about property taxes, which are among the highest in the country? How will you lower them?
So that was my mission. I have to say, I, through the House, got legislation to address the state and local tax deduction cap 2 times by building broad coalitions of people. So I want to go down to Trenton and I want to address the red tape, cut through that, find efficiencies, and make sure we're still delivering on those things everyone cares about. But when it comes to property taxes, looking at how are we funding our schools? How are we building schools? How are we making sure everyone has access to great opportunities? While at the same time, making sure we're driving in federal money to bring down costs here at home.
Yeah. So was that would you vow to lower property taxes?
Yeah. That is going to be my relentless mission.
Okay. I want to talk about congestion pricing for a moment, right? This is a big topic, especially for folks in New Jersey. The MTA voting today, in fact, to approve it. That's just the first step of many. So what does that mean for New Jersey drivers? I know that you are against congestion pricing, but is there much you can do, either as a congresswoman or as governor, to stop it?
You know, I think this shows just a huge disrespect for how New York's economy runs. It runs on New Jersey workers. And so if you were going to impose a tax, if you were going to impose this tax on New Jersey drivers, and you're just trying to fund the MTA through it with this money grab, I'm incredibly opposed to that. And we're, you know, if New York doesn't want our workers there, there are a lot of people that can work remotely. There are a lot of work sites here in New Jersey, office campuses that we've built. We're going to start building housing when I'm governor. These are some of the things that, you know, I think New Jerseyans would be happy to work from here if New York is going to impose a huge taxation on New Jerseyans just to get to work in the city.
Okay, before we let you go, we want to just have a quick little bit of fun with a lightning round so people can get to know you a little bit better. Jets or Giants?
Okay.
Jets or Giants?
I like the Jets.
Okay, this is the most important question you'll probably answer today. Is it pork roll or is it Taylor ham?
You're trying to get me in trouble with all the people I want to serve in South Jersey. But it is Taylor ham.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congresswoman Mikie Sherrill, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.